G'day, everybody. Welcome to the 50-yard line. We're back again for another wrap-up of college football. We're wrapping up week 11. A couple of close calls for this week. A couple of lucky escapes, I would say, for a couple of teams. But and some very interesting news around the traps for college football this week. So welcome to Chris, who really is mobile today. He is driving along some highway somewhere. And he really is mobile today. So, Chris, welcome to you. Roving reporter, as always. So, very much welcome to you today.
Yeah, the mobile studio is making its way through Muskogee, Oklahoma right now.
Oh,
Sadly,
okay.
I am not. Sadly, I am not like John Madden and the late John Madden and his Madden cruiser and have somebody get to drive me around.
Yes.
No, the Perkins cruiser gets driven by me, myself, and so. But that's all right. I am perfectly willing to multitask. I can talk and drive at the same time with no problem. The Bluetooth headset is on and just ready to go. But yeah, what a week! What a Saturday it was for us.
Yeah,
you know, we had action in the top three. We had you just look at the top three from last week's rankings: Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M.
Yeah,
we had one that went on the road and was absolutely dominant. Yes. We had one that went on the road and was okay, kind of meh, slow start, ultimately ruthlessly efficient as they have been all year.
Yes.
And then one went on the road, wound up chained at the ankles, upside down in a water tank, and went full Harry Houdini.
Yes. That was a very lucky escape. Dang. We did not expect that to be almost the game of the week, really, on the weekend.
Right.
It was crazy time for football. We kind of listened to the score and thought, what is going on over there? Because we thought it's going to be 50-0. They're going to walk away with it. It's going to be easy peasy. Thanks for coming. Here's your check. See you next time. But no, it was almost, oh my God, we're going to lose this. So it was.
We were kind of joking around about it last week, talking about Indiana and Penn State.
Yeah.
You know, figuring, oh God, Indiana's just going to crush it. Penn State, they're done. They're toast. They've lost 5 in a row. Their season's over. They're playing out this string pretty much. Well, Penn State showed off. For that game against Indiana. They were like, you know, this is our season. We have had, our season has been the Titanic meets the Hindenburg.
Yeah.
It's just been a complete and total disaster.
Yeah.
But now, you know what? We have a chance to be complete a-holes to a team and ruin somebody.
Yeah.
And we talked about when Indiana went to Eugene and beat Oregon, that really put to bed a narrative.
Yeah.
You want to talk about waking a narrative back up.
Yes.
About, okay, you really haven't beat anybody, and look who you lost to.
Yeah.
We were within a minute of that narrative waking up and being in a very, very foul mood with Indiana. But I've got to tell you, Indiana did show a lot of heart.
Oh yes,
they were up 20 to. Really, they were in control of that game. They had not dominated the game.
Yeah,
but they were in control of it. They were up 2 scores late.
Yeah,
up 20 to 7, up 13 points, and then it just kind of went crazy for a little while. Penn State winds up scoring 17 straight. Yeah. They get the go-ahead touchdown under 2 minutes to go, but man, Mendoza, the Indiana quarterback, if Indiana winds up winning the national championship, that is a drive. That drive against Penn State is going to be one that's talked about reverently in the state of Indiana 100 years from now, when we're all dead and gone from this planet. 100 years from now, people will talk about that drive at Penn State
and
that Mendoza led them on.
Yeah. And some of those catches in that drive were just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, the one on the near sideline.
Yeah.
Got him down inside the 10. You know, I Mendoza threw it. There were two outcomes that were going to happen on that pass.
Yeah.
Either the receiver was going to go up and get it, or it was going to sail out of bounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
He threw it where he needed to. Just to, you know, it was it wound up being a safe pass that was going to sail out of bounds, except for the fact his receiver went up, got it, and toe tapped it.
Yeah.
And then the touchdown pass.
Oh.
It was kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It was launched to the back of the end zone, and it was going to wind up in the seats had the receiver not gone up and gotten it. But I will tell you what, that is a catch that deserves to be immortalized in bronze.
Yes.
Outside of the stadium in Bloomington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to go up, catch it, and then have the presence of mind as you are coming down to the ground.
Yep.
To realize your right foot is out of bounds.
Yeah.
And to lift it up just a little bit, just enough to allow the left foot to come down inbounds before your right foot hits the white.
Yes. It was phenomenal. And I mean, how many times did they do a replay to make sure that, you know, it was actually in and everything else? But I think the more you saw it, the more impressive it was. It's just like, how did he have that presence of mind to do that awareness of where the line is? It was just phenomenal. Phenomenal to watch too.
Yeah. And then Gus, and to hear Gus Johnson on the call on Fox. Gus Johnson, I think, blew a vocal cord on that touchdown call. And rightfully, Gus Johnson is one of the most excitable broadcasters in America.
Yeah.
On a run-of-the-mill play. He's a very excitable broadcaster. Always has been. A play like that, I'm willing to bet he blew at least one, if not multiple vocal cords calling that play.
I don't blame him. Because we had two phenomenal catches already, and then that last one just.
Yep. If his voice box was a knee, he'd be out for the year with a blown ACL.
That's a good vision to have. But as we said, you know, Indiana, very lucky to come away with the win. Even though Penn State didn't win, I wonder how many questions that's going to ask about Indiana. You know, but as you said, you know, they got up they brushed themselves off, didn't take the loss standing, you know, sitting down. They did what they had to do to get away with the win. Mm-hmm. Even though it's a very close win, even though Penn State's, you know, now lost 6 in a row, you know, they're obviously out for the whole season. But I guess it depends how much respect people are going to give that result for Indiana as well too. So there's definitely a near miss. A near miss to an unranked team you got to look at the end of the day. So
there's two schools of thought. You can say, okay, there might be some systemic issues with Indiana. With the team that are fatal flaws. Yeah. Or you can look at it in a completely different way and go, belief happens.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Things happen on a random Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, Penn State got up for this game.
Yeah. Indiana
just wasn't sharp like they have been. I mean, all season long, Indiana has been very, very deadly on offense, scoring a lot of points. And, you know, Saturday, they just weren't quite as sharp as they were normally.
Yep.
And, you know, that could be a total one-off.
Yeah. Right.
So, and I don't know where we come down. And I am curious to see what that game, along with, you know, the Texas A&M game and the Ohio State game, I want to see what sort of movement, if any, we have in the top three from the committee coming up here coming up here in about 20, 25 minutes when they start feeling it.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, I move teams around in the top 3. I've got my own top, my own playoff rankings. You have your own playoff rankings. We have not discussed them at all. I'm curious to see if the committee moves and what the reasoning behind it, because I know my reasoning behind the moves.
Yeah.
In my top 3 especially.
Yes. It's going to be interesting to see what the rankings are going to be for sure. So if they're going to get punished for a near miss. So it's going to be interesting because they've already put up, the pre-polls and whatever else. Even though Oregon won, they dropped them down a place as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to do the same. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Speaking of Oregon, I got to tell you, the Oregon game, there were some similarities with Oregon.
Yeah.
Except, between Oregon and Indiana, except Oregon was playing at a better team. Okay.
Yes.
Iowa, they were ranked 22nd in last week's rankings.
Yeah.
A 2-loss team, and Kinnick Stadium has a reputation of being where national title dreams go to die.
Yeah.
When you're a top-ranked team. It was raining, it was cold, it was miserable, and the game turned into the standard Iowa City rock fight.
Yep.
And Oregon, to their credit, Oregon is, for the longest time, always had this reputation when they were in the Pac-12 of being this West Coast high-flying, high-scoring offense that can't play big boy football. Okay? Yeah. When it gets cold, when it gets miserable in the Midwest in November, Oregon can't hack it. And that was going to be their Achilles heel in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Well, guess what Oregon did on Saturday? They flew halfway across the country to Iowa City to play on a cold, rainy day at Kinnick Stadium.
Yep.
And they played big boy, Big Ten football.
Yep. There's a stat that goes along with that too. I read a stat that Oregon actually got more rushing yards than any other team since 2021 on Iowa from that game. So,
wow.
So that's a little positive to take out of that. That's for sure. So
absolutely,
yeah,
and that's the essence of Big Ten football.
Yeah,
especially when we get late season, when it's cold, when it's rainy, when it's snowy, when it's windy.
Yeah.
When the weather is absolutely miserable. It's not a pristine September day in Alabama or Georgia or Florida.
Yeah.
Where the sun is shining, there's not much wind, and you can air the ball out. No.
Yes.
In the upper Midwest in November, you gotta grind it out.
Yeah.
You gotta line up against your opponent and you gotta grind.
Yep. Yep.
And that is what, or in the field turf in this case in Iowa City.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Oregon did. They lined up and they played bully ball against Iowa. And then the final drive, Iowa had the lead. Yep. And Oregon has to come back. They've got to march down the field and they got to score. And that's exactly what they did.
Yep.
They got the game-winning field goal with 3 seconds left to get out of Iowa City with the win and their national title dreams alive.
Still alive. That's right. That's right. So, pretty stressful game. Obviously, watching it as a fan, a Duck fan. So, but man, it was good to get the win.
And that was the exact reason I requested we do the Oregon-Iowa game, because you needed to suffer like fans of so many other Big Ten elite teams have.
Yeah.
Penn State has suffered. Ohio State has suffered. Michigan has suffered. Michigan State, when they were good, their fans have suffered trips to Iowa City. It was time for Lyle to join the party.
That's right. The other kibosh we got rid of too was we don't lose after a bye. This was after a bye. We went to Iowa, and we came away with the win as well. So that's another positive as well too. The last couple of times, the last two times I've watched college football after a bye, we've been smashed both times. Obviously, the Rose Bowl that we don't talk about, and then obviously with Indiana as well too. So it's nice to come off a bye. It's nice to get a win. It's nice to, as you say, play big boy football and do the job in Iowa too. So which has been fantastic.
Yep.
And of course, obviously, it's a ranked team, so that was even better for us as well too. So.
Yeah, and Iowa, again, Iowa is not a team that's ever talked about as a national title contender.
Yeah.
But they are the essence of the sum being much greater, the whole being much greater than the sum of its parts, okay?
Yeah.
A lot of these players, they're not the highest, they're not the big 4 and 5 star recruits.
Yeah.
But they come into Iowa. And Kirk Ferentz, for decades now, has this innate ability to coach up a bunch of guys into believing that they can compete with the elites of the Big Ten. And most of the time, they're not going to win every game.
Yeah.
They win their share of games, and they scare the holy living bejesus out of everybody, especially in Iowa City. So and that's credit to him.
Yeah.
And his ability to coach these guys up, these players that he brings into Iowa.
Yes.
To the ability to coach them up and get them to play above where, anybody thinks they would be capable of playing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was a good game to watch, that is for sure. So, the other game that we actually had on YouTube, which we actually turned away from because it was kind of getting a blowout, was Texas Tech and BYU. 8 versus 9. This was going to be the showdown that was going to say, because they're kind of fighting in that middle of the field, each week they will kind of switch places and everything else. It was a bit of a showdown to see, who's going to come out on top of that. I think there was definitely a definite winner for sure. 29-7. That is a beatdown for sure.
Yeah, and this was a game that was for control of the top of the Big 12.
Yeah.
BYU unbeaten, Texas Tech with 1 loss.
Yeah.
And that 1 loss was when their starting quarterback was out injured.
Yeah.
Okay, they went with a backup quarterback and they got beat. And that's their only loss this season.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Lubbock. Game day was there for the first time in 17 years.
Oof.
You had their former quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, there watching the game. The Kansas City Chiefs were on a bye week this week. Talk about fortuitous timing of your NFL team's bye week.
Yeah.
Well, you got game day coming into Lubbock, coming into your alma mater, and your biggest game in almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
How's that for timing with the NFL schedule? Patrick Mahomes, my God. The downside was it was an 11 a.m. kickoff in Lubbock.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody had to be up early, or actually probably most of them, just stayed up and
continued on. Yes, that's right.
On Friday night. The Friday night party just kept going all the way into Saturday afternoon. We could, they're thinking, we're young, we can sleep when we're dead in 50 years or whatever. But Texas Tech, my God, are they scary?
Yeah.
Could they
look
potentially
so
be the scariest team?
Yeah.
Could they potentially be the scariest team in college football? We talk about, bully ball.
Yeah.
That was bully ball.
Yeah.
What they did to BYU.
Yeah.
And BYU undefeated hadn't really been challenged.
No.
But at the same time, they hadn't played a defense like Texas.
No, that's right.
BYU couldn't do a thing on offense all day long.
No.
Against Texas Tech. And I think Tech is a little upset that they actually gave up 7 points.
Yeah.
Because that was such a dominating performance.
Yes. Yep.
it deserved to be a shutout for Texas Tech.
Yes.
The way they played. I can't remember the total yardage, but I can't believe that, BYU got much over 200 yards in total offense.
Yes.
On Saturday, because when we were watching it, it was just like BYU, they can't move it. They cannot do anything against the Tech defense. Yeah. And Tech was having absolutely no problems moving the football.
No, that's right.
It wasn't overly flashy. It wasn't pretty. It was just efficient.
Yep.
And it was a comfortable win. Tech now in the driver's seat in the Big 12. Of course, they still have got to win the conference championship to lock down their spot in the playoff. But they're about as comfortable as you can get.
Yes.
To being in the playoff rating. Things would have to go seriously wrong for them to miss the playoff.
Yes. When you actually look at the stats, it was pretty close. BYU actually had 255 yards. Texas Tech had 368. The 3 turnovers obviously didn't help BYU. But BYU had 30 minutes of the ball and Texas Tech had 29. I guess
50-50 and
50-50 in time, but it's what you do with the ball, isn't it? You can have the ball forever and never score. That's not going to win you the game. But I guess it comes down to how efficient you are with that ball and how much you score. So,
and gift wrapping the opposition a lovely early Christmas present 3 times does not do you any favors.
No, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you're never going to win a game if you don't hold on to the ball.
You got to
pretty simple.
You got to protect the football. -3 in the turnover. Yeah. You're not going to win a lot of games.
Yeah,
just not going to happen.
No, that's right. That's right. So, obviously, we spoke about Ohio briefly there. I did watch the replay of their game. Very slow start. The last couple of games for Ohio have been very slow starts. I think there have been times where we've done score checks and it's the second half and they haven't even scored. But once they get going, they are so efficient and they're just so good once they get going. Jeremiah Smith is such a weapon out there. And coupled that with Saying, who is having a fantastic year at quarterback, it's just I don't know. They're just so hell-bent on winning every game, which they have so far. And they're so good at it at the moment. It is scary to watch. Slow starts. I don't know how that's going to go against bigger and better teams when they come down to it. So I don't know if that's going to be a bit of a thorn in their side if they get a slow start and somebody jumps the gun on them. I don't know. But as I said, once they get going and that machine is going and they're throwing like a dart, it's going to be hard to beat. It is going to be hard to beat. Ohio.
With Ohio State, we've seen this a lot, honestly, a fair amount this season from Ohio State.
Yeah.
The slow start, the just kind of meh.
Yeah.
I mean, they're scoring, they're starting slow, but they take control and they keep control. Okay. Yeah. The defense is no joke.
Yeah.
The Ohio State defense, that is one scary defensive unit they've got in Ohio State.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's that offense that they can't seem to get out of second gear sometimes.
Yeah.
The slow side. And it's one thing to have that happen against a team like, let's say, Oregon or Penn State when they're good.
Yeah.
Or outside the Big Ten, and Alabama. It's one thing to start slow against top level teams. It's a whole different thing to start slow against Purdue.
Yes. Yes.
Come on. Purdue is bottom of the Big Ten. All right, they're worse than Rutgers.
That's right.
And you got to be bad to be worse than Rutgers.
Yeah.
So my apologies for saying that to the fans of the State University of New Jersey, but you know what I mean. it's not good to have a slow start against a team of that quality, a team that you are significantly better than.
Yes.
You've got to come out, take control immediately, and dominate. Otherwise, we're going to have those questions. But at the same time, and I've used this phrase many times to describe Ohio State this year. They are not flashy. They're not going to overly impress you. They are ruthlessly efficient at what they do. And you're absolutely right. When the slow start when they get over the slow start, and they start scoring points and they're really taking control, Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, those two, oh my goodness.
Yeah, those Jeremiah two together Smith are just ridiculous.
Jeremiah Smith is going to make a whole lot of money catching footballs on Sundays for 15 years. You know that. He's going to be rolling in the money when he gets to the NFL. He gets to his second time.
As long as he can stay healthy, that is the main thing. I've just read that Travis Hunter is out for the year as well. He's got a knee injury.
Oh. But down in Jacksonville, and that's a shame. That's an absolute shame. But get healthy, get back next year, and
that's right.
Because we need to see Travis Hunter on the football field.
Yeah, that's right. He definitely needs more snaps. That's for sure. So
but Ohio State's just been ruthlessly efficient all season long. They're not blowing teams' doors off for the most part, except the really bad ones that they play, or the FCS teams that they play. The rest of their schedule's just been kind of meh. They're winning. They're winning fairly comfortably. But the slow starts when we get to the playoff.
That's what
can they survive a slow start?
That's the only chink in the armor that I can see at the moment with Ohio State. It's just that slow start coming into, halftime, no points on the board. You won't be able to do that with these big teams coming in who have been fighting the whole season, and they're just going to be ruthless. So you never know. Maybe it's the caliber that they're playing. Maybe if they get a big team and they, it's like, okay, now we're going to start in third instead of starting in first and just kind of slowly building up those gears. You never know. You never know. So it might just be a case of that.
We'll see when we get into the playoff.
So before we jump into our, obviously, college playoff top 25, just going to touch a little bit on UCLA. You sent me this message about this rundown UCLA, and I'm thinking, what the heck are you talking about? So I had to look into it with restraining order against UCLA for them to back out of their deal using the Rose Bowl as their main stadium. So
the city of the city of Pasadena and the Rose Bowl operating company. They filed a lawsuit and they filed for a temporary restraining order and an injunction against UCLA to force them to continue using the Rose Bowl as their home stadium. They have a lease until 2043. UCLA wants to get out of it and start playing their home games at SoFi Stadium, the home of the LA Rams and the LA Chargers. City of Pasadena is saying, no, we have a signed paperwork saying you're going to play in Pasadena until 2043. You're going to play in Pasadena until 2043, come hell or high water. So it's wound up in court. There will be hearings. The Rose Bowl, it's like 25 miles from the UCLA campus. SoFi Stadium's a little bit closer. It's like it's like about half the distance that a trip out to Pasadena is from UCLA's campus. The Rose Bowl also seats about 90,000. SoFi Stadium seats about 70,000. Now, the way UCLA's been going this year, they're averaging 39,000 fans a home game, and I think they're counting tickets sold, not actual butts and seats.
There's no way they've got 39,000 at a home game. No way.
Unless they're miscounting and they're counting each cheek as one person. and doubling the count.
Yes.
That's the only explanation I can come up with, because that stadium was really empty on game day.
Yes, that was really empty. So they're actually seeking $1 billion in damages through this lawsuit. So
yeah, I mean, ultimately, what's going to happen is lawyers are going to make money off of this.
Yep.
And when they're tired of making money off of this, there's going to be a settlement where UCLA pays some cash to Pasadena, and they're going to be moving their games to SoFi.
Yeah,
that's ultimately what's going to wind up happening. It's as predictable as the Titans, but the Lions have to make money.
That's exactly right. So, when you put that in the running order, I'm thinking I have not heard anything about this. So I did a little research, and it's just like, dang, that was very interesting. Very interesting.
Happened to see that during my research yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's an interesting story. We'll throw that into the mix.
All right. I am.
Yeah.
Let me just do. Is it ranked? There we go. So I've got the rankings on. We're just about to do them. Do you want to run through your 12, or do we want to wait?
Go ahead and run through yours.
Okay.
Go ahead and run through yours
Let me
first,
just
because I want to see
turn
how
that down for the moment. So what I've got at the moment, let me just go back to the two cameras until we get into that. So number 12, team that keeps reappearing in the 25, I've got South Florida. Now, South Florida play Navy today, this week. So that's going to sort out who's going to obviously take that part. So South Florida I've got in. I've got Oklahoma, number 11. Texas at number 10. Notre Dame at number 9. Oregon at number 8, showing them some love today. Putting them up an extra point. Texas Tech, I've got at 7. Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama haven't really changed. Texas A&M, I've got Indiana at number 2, and Ohio has to be at number 1. At the moment, they've just got that look. But again, the slow starts is kind of a bit of a red flag at the moment. So
yep. Well, all right. I'll give you my first 4 out, and these are seeds. Let's see, 11, 12, 13, or rankings 11, 12, 13, and 14.
Okay.
Because I do the bracket. I don't do the rankings.
Yep.
Totally. So I got BYU, Vandy, Oklahoma, Utah as 11, 12, 13, and 14 in my rankings.
Yeah.
Okay. 11 and 12, they get dropped out because you need the group of 5.
Yeah.
And we need another conference champion, because right now the ACC is a dumpster fire and nobody's in the top 12 in the ACC.
Yeah.
So my 12 seed, I've got North Texas out of the American.
Yeah.
They technically do not lead the American. Navy does.
Yeah.
But North Texas beat Navy by 2 touchdowns on the field a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I've got North Texas. I think their offense is scary good, and they're going to drive a team nuts if they get into the playoff. They are going to drive whoever the 5 seed is absolutely batly crazy.
Yeah.
If they make it into the playoff. So that's my 12 seed. My 11 seed, I've actually got them ranked, I think, just behind Utah.
Okay.
In the overall rankings, but it's Georgia Tech, and it's kind of by default. They lead.
Okay.
They lead the ACC. They are the leaders of the ACC.
Yeah.
We had Virginia and Louisville lose over the weekend, so they've fallen back.
Yeah.
You got to have the ACC champion somewhere in in the playoff mix, somewhere in the bracket. So they're the 11th seed in my bracket.
Yeah.
Number 10, I've got Notre Dame.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Number 9, I have Texas.
Okay.
Number 8, I have Ole Miss.
Oh, drop them down to 8. Okay.
Yeah, because the next 2 really impressed the hell out of me.
Okay.
Over the weekend. Yep. Oregon at 7.
Yeah.
And Texas Tech at 6. And we discussed both of them in depth a little while ago.
Okay. I understand that.
I got Georgia at 5. I got Alabama at 4. Obviously, in that order because Alabama beat Georgia.
Yeah.
They're pretty even, but Alabama's got the tiebreak.
Yeah.
Number 3, Ohio State.
Ooh. Wow.
Number 3.
Okay.
And it's not because of anything Ohio State's really done.
Yeah.
They've just been there. They've been ruthlessly efficient, but they haven't impressed the hell out of me. They don't have a massive signature win. I mean, their biggest win really is the Texas game, which is looking better than it did earlier this year. But it's still about all they've got on their resume.
Yep.
So I got Ohio State at 3. Number 2, I pulled the trigger and put Indiana. At number 2 this week.
Yep. Okay.
Because of their Houdini act.
Yep. Yep.
Escaping at Penn State, you have to be punished for that.
Yeah.
When you're playing at a bad team and you survive by the hair on your chinny chin chin.
Yes.
Especially when Texas A&M went to Columbia, Missouri, and absolutely took the Tigers behind the woodshed.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, that was a game I had absolutely no stress in. My Tigers got their asses kicked up and down the field in Columbia South.
That's right.
By Texas A&M.
That's right.
A&M's got a better.
Interesting.
A&M has a better overall resume.
Yeah.
They may not have the best win in the country, but they've got the best. They got one of the best collections of wins, and they don't have a loss.
Yeah, that's right.
And
that's right.
I have to take each data point, meaning each game, and add them into the equation each and every week. And when you plug everything together, A&M comes out number 1 for me this week. So that's why I've got A&M top of the pile this week, Indiana at 2, and Ohio State at 3.
Okay. So we've started the rankings here in the AP, the playoffs.
Miami head-to-head, but after the performance
We've seen the top 25 to 19. We're on 20. Louisville is number 20.
That's a big shakeup there with Louisville dropping 5 spots.
19.
Virginia.
Yeah, 19. That was a painful.
Virginia, of course, still holding
those were a pair of painful losses.
Yeah.
Especially for Virginia, that loss to Wake.
Yeah, that was a bad loss to Wake. Yeah. They didn't even look like they were in the game. Michigan 18. Okay.
Michigan. If Michigan can get to the Ohio State game, win that game, they're going to have a great at-large case. They might find their way into the Big Ten championship.
I think when we talk about Michigan and Iowa State,
so we'll see.
And you talk about
we'll see. I'm presuming Georgia Tech's going to be higher than Virginia, which means they would be in the
team that could be that 4th spot to get into the playoff outside of the top 3 in the Big Ten.
17.
Oh, USC.
Michigan, one of their 2 losses.
17.
On the road to Oklahoma and to USC.
Yep, they're out there on the fringes.
Ladies who punt, although one of them just throws.
I put them as my 4th out. I didn't even run through my 4th out.
Coming up next couple weeks.
Georgia Tech, 16. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I've got Tech right around that neighborhood, 15, 16.
Yeah.
In my rankings. 1 loss. They lead the ACC, so you will see them in the bracket as the 11 seed when they actually show the bracket here in a few minutes.
Target there. At number 15.
Oh, Miami 15.
It'll be Miami that you'll see in the
and I know the 2 losses that they have, but I love the fact that they're creeping up.
I got a question that one.
But Reese,
above Georgia Tech,
I think the committee.
I got to question that one.
Hard at the head-to-head. It's good to see them creep up a little bit this week.
I mean, they've had 2 what the hell losses.
Yeah, they've gone up 3 spots this week. Wow.
Yeah, they leapfrog Georgia Tech, so Miami will wind up being in as the 11th seed.
It's also really important to note that this is almost certainly the last team we're going to see in the rankings. So
what is there? 3 games left. There's not many games left to impress now. So
assuming that it's the case.
Yeah, 3 games plus a potential conference title game.
Vanderbilt.
Okay, Vanderbilt at 14.
Alabama at Texas. Diego Pavia friends at 14, up a couple of spots, hoping to make an at-large case. That's their most likely way in. seems like a stretch to get them into the SEC championship game.
Utah number 13.
Staying
Wow.
firm at number 13.
Yep, I got Utah as the
And
fourth
this one,
team.
to me,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a ton of respect for Utah. Their best moment
So,
this year came in the dominant
me and the committee were in the
performance
same
against Cincinnati.
neighborhood.
Their winning against Arizona State was without Sam Levitt. And that
That's
was
good.
convincing, of course, but without their quarterback,
I do want to see. I do want to see what the committee does there at the top, because I think that's the most interesting part of the week.
Yeah.
Is seeing the three vastly different types of wins
Yeah.
the top three got.
Yeah.
I want to see
I agree with that.
How much,
It
yeah.
Also might
Yeah.
sort of be an
applies
ceiling.
those wins into their field.
That's another thing
Yeah,
to
that's
think
and
right.
what they prioritize.
That's right. Oh, BYU number
beat
12.
Utah. BYU
Okay,
takes
they
a
did
tumble
drop 5
spots
spots, but
after Texas Tech really
Okay.
handled them in
Yeah.
Lubbock, but the Cougars
Yeah,
can
man.
earn their way
I think that's
back,
about the
win
same
their way
neighborhood
back,
I've been
perhaps
in.
get into the
Yeah.
Big 12 championship game.
In fact,
Texas
I
Tech
had
takes care of
BYU
business,
as my
perhaps
first
a
out.
rematch.
I had them down as my
Conference
second
I did
out.
drop
Now
them.
BYU
Yeah.
will be on the outside. looking
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
based on the
I dropped
bracket
them
who
about
is number
5
11.
spots.
Yeah.
The
Oklahoma.
Sooners up a spot.
Okay,
Huge game
number
for
11.
Alabama.
Oklahoma at 11.
Yeah, they got a chance to make a
Okay,
statement. Coming off of
they
a
would be
bye week.
first team
Now they
out,
have a
but
shot to go
man,
to
they got a big
Alabama.
one with
The
Bama this
SEC
week.
gets
Yeah,
this weekend.
that's,
This is one
that's
of
gonna
those
be a
games
big
they have
game.
to play good defense. John Mateer
Yeah.
hasn't
They
looked
beat
the same
Bama.
since coming
They're
back
gonna be in the
from
bracket next
thumb
week.
injury.
Yep.
He has to play well. They're going against the Alabama team that has been through a gauntlet. Maybe they can catch him sleeping.
Mateer's been
Yeah, a
running
couple of
for
monster-
their
couple of
last game
monster
better than he
SEC
has
games this
at any
week.
point
Yep.
this season, season
Yep.
9 rushing yards, and last time the Sooners played, number 10.
All right.
Feel like this
Texas,
is gonna be the
number
Longhorns.
10.
Texas also has a test at Georgia.
Yep.
They've got only
Yep.
one loss in the SEC, and of course the opening
Up
loss.
one
Yep,
spot
that's
this
the
week.
other team.
Okay.
Both SEC teams here, Texas and Oklahoma, have to feel great about.
I had
where
them
they're
at number
right now.
10.
Texas especially.
Yeah.
So
knowing
we're
you
kinda-
get 2 big opportunities in the next couple weeks.
Yep.
So go and play.
We'll see how they
I had them
go.
at
They got
9.
This week on the
massive
road,
game
and they'll
this week
welcome the
against
top
Georgia.
3 team at
It's going to be
worst,
interesting
and
to
the
see how they
Aggies
go.
to their place on Black Friday. So Texas with plenty of firepower to vault up.
Poor
Maybe
Blair
not
won't know
into
who
the
to,
SEC
root
championship
for
race.
this-
If they went
this
out,
week.
they could get there. But
Texas
to host
versus
a home
Georgia.
playoff game there by being ranked 5 through 8.
Long way to go. Texas splits those 2 games and plays well. They're going to have a good at-large case despite having 3 losses, but still a long way to go before
Yeah.
everybody gets upset about that.
Notre Dame,
is
yep.
up
Notre Dame
Pittsburgh
at 9.
Okay.
Fighting Irish up a spot to number 9. At number 8.
Yep.
That flip flops. I get the
Oregon.
logic. Notre
Okay.
Dame's 2 losses.
Now remember, this cut line
Yeah.
is going to
By
be
a combined
10
4
this week
points.
because of the way
Oregon at
everything fell
8.
out. So
Yep.
Texas is going to be
That's where I
the
had 'em
last
as well.
at-large team in
Up
the
one
field.
spot.
Once we show you the
Fantastic.
projected bracket, Oregon up a spot.
Show 'em a little
after
bit of
winning
love.
at Iowa in miserable weather conditions. Number 7.
Oh,
Hottie
miss.
Toddy
Okay.
slips a spot. So that means Texas Tech
It's going to
is
be number
moving up.
6.
Ole Miss
Yeah.
at number 7. How about number 6?
Yep.
Texas
There they
Tech.
are.
Yep.
The
Yep.
Red Raiders go up 2 spots
Yep.
after a dominant performance
Six.
against BYU.
Yeah.
And
Make a case that
Okay.
they have a real argument
Yeah,
to be
I
made at
Ole
5.
Miss and Oregon
And while I
flipped.
love Georgia,
Yep,
I
yep.
can look
And then
at the
Tech at 6.
circumstances surrounding Texas Tech's loss and better
5 and
understand
4
knowing
we should
Aaron
get
Morton was not out there
with the
playing,
committee.
Yet they still had a chance to win that game, if not for some heroics by Sam Levitt down the stretch at Arizona State. Last
Yeah.
weekend's game was a clinic.
That was so
on
good
both
against
sides of the ball.
BYU, I
Now,
tell
while
ya.
Offensively, I would like to have been a little better in the red zone. But other than that, defensively,
They
the way
were-
swarmed to the football,
They were
matching the
absolutely
quarterback stop and
clinical
run.
against
Yeah.
That's a
BYU.
top 5 football team in my eyes.
And that's the thing.
Yep.
Red zone touchdowns. Nobody has kicked
That
more
was
field goals in the
like I
red
said,
zone
bully
in the
ball.
country than
Yeah.
Texas
What
Tech.
they did
Number 5.
to BYU.
It's going to be Georgia, we believe.
Yep.
And it is.
Georgia.
Bulldogs, as we
Number
mentioned,
5.
host
They
Texas.
haven't
Number
moved
5,
at all.
Georgia.
Yeah, they've been
By
solid.
virtue of that head-to-head win
Again, as I
against
said,
Georgia,
big game
and the
against
hot streak
Texas
the
this
Tide's
week
been on
is
since
going to
it
be
will at
interesting.
4, and they are.
Alabama.
So
Yep.
now, do we
Yep.
have any drama?
Okay, here we go.
And Georgia has that
Indiana's
loss.
near escape.
They have that
Illinois
loss to
another
Bama hanging.
impressive game on
Yep.
the road. Who's
Yep.
number 3?
Ooh.
Texas A&M.
Are they just going to keep it the same?
Number 3, Joey's grinning.
Yep.
I
Texas
don't mind
A&M
them
at number
staying at
3.
because they were 3 last week. You know, I felt last week about this.
Indiana's going to be 2, and Oregon.
Yeah, I
State's
think they're
gonna
going
be
to
a
keep it
1.
the same.
No
No drama in the top 3.
The committee- Done it. No, yeah, that's just they haven't shown 2 and 1 yet.
Yeah.
I don't see Indiana
Number 2.
leapfrogging Ohio State after that.
Indiana's second, and of course, Ohio's going to be number one.
Everybody's going to have a game like that as Ohio State is number one.
Now let's see them show the bracket here. Because
wait.
I want to see their group of 5.
They had Memphis last time. I don't think Memphis is going to be in it this time.
Rankings right here on the left. Before we fill in
South Florida.
The cut line is 10. Remember, you don't have to win your conference championship in order to get a bye, but the 5 highest ranked conference champions, regardless of which conference
who's that 12th team there in the list?
That you have,
they've got
South Florida there.
South Florida. Yeah.
The rankings this week, unlike a week ago.
Okay, they've got South Florida, so
South Florida.
They make it into the field, meaning the large cut line.
They go away, then they keep coming back.
Oklahoma and BYU are the first 2 teams.
Yeah, Lyle, you could be on the committee.
Show you where the buys are.
I think apart from Ole Miss and Texas Tech, I got them all right. So in the same kind of thinking. Oregon.
Yep.
Okay. Man, we don't want to play Ohio State again, I tell you.
It's a home game. Also
that's gonna be terrible.
That would be rowdy.
That Rose Bowl is still.
That would be a.
and Oregon also getting.
And that would be a quarterfinal
in the first round.
Yep.
Much like last year.
Ooh, Notre Dame. Oh, South Florida versus Georgia.
Against Georgia, that would put Miami at 11 against Texas Tech on the
South
road.
Florida, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Oregon.
Miami and Texas Tech
right now. So
Texas and Ole Miss.
That's how it would shake out for the second straight week.
That's the first. That would be the first round at campus sites of the higher seed. So we would get playoff games in Athens, Lubbock,
and I can live with that. I really can.
Oxford and
from Texas Tech, they had a real strong
Eugene.
to be made for the top 5 because right now it feels like they're wedged out of the possibility.
Right,
I'm down for that.
And that to
I
me,
think that's them all,
Texas
isn't
Tech
it?
is potentially a top 4 team
over Georgia.
That's
I think you can
that's
make
it.
Alabama.
All right, let's get rid of that.
Yep,
we'll get
that
rid
would
of that. So, no drama at the top 3. We thought maybe there might be slight movement, but I think I don't think they've seen anything that's going to say, look, we really need to move these around, which I guess you could understand. It's only the second week of the official ranking, so.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we had such different ways that the top 3 won.
Yes,
A&M
dominant.
Dominant.
That's right. Yeah.
A&M dominant on the road.
Yeah.
Ohio State, slow start, but in control all game.
Yeah.
And Indiana's escape. I mean, such different ways of winning. And I like to reward that kind of dominant win.
Yeah.
Now, it is somewhat unfair to punish a team for not losing because they didn't lose.
Yeah.
Okay. They won, Indiana and Ohio State both won their games.
Yeah.
But I was just so impressed with what Texas A&M did and plugging that in with the rest of what they've done this year. I mean, they're undefeated running through an SEC schedule.
Yeah.
That is not easy to do. And to go on the road against a 2-loss ranked team in Missouri, and win by 3 touchdowns, that's an impressive performance, and that's a lot of bonus points in my book. An escape at a last-minute escape at an unranked 5-loss team in Penn State for Indiana. Yeah, I gotta penalize you when you plug it in.
Yeah, that's a 2 that I thought would be switched around, but no movement there. So I guess we'll see how that continues for the weekend as well too. So Indiana's got Wisconsin, which should be on paper should be a win, and Texas A&M is at South Carolina. So. Again, remember Indiana, Wisconsin coming off a win. That's right. Exactly.
On Saturday.
Yes.
They beat a ranked team in Washington.
Yep.
On Saturday. So Can they pull a major upset against
Ooh.
Indiana? Really throw a spanner into the works? I mean, we'll see. I would
We'll
not
see.
put any money on that.
No.
I am a betting man. I am not willing to bet on the likelihood of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think yeah, on paper that does not look like it's going to work, but you never know. You never know. Same with South Carolina. We've seen South Carolina mess up people's seasons. But I don't think the way Texas A&M is going to play, they're going to have any issues with that. So they are at home, Texas A&M, so at Kyle Field. So it's going to be a good game, but I think Texas A&M are going to easily do over South Carolina there too. So
I would expect that.
Yes.
But anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Exactly. So looking forward to our week coming up here on YouTube for our watch parties. We're actually going to do 2 games again. We're not going to do the early bracket. There wasn't anything really that we kind of stood out to us in the early bracket, but we are going to do Oklahoma and Alabama, which is going to be kicking off here at, I think that's a 3:30 kickoff for that game.
3:30 Eastern.
3:30 Eastern. And then we're going to follow that up with Texas and Georgia. I think that's going to be a ripper of a game, as we say in Australia. That is going to be number 11 versus number 5. And I think that's going to be a real test for Mr. Manning. He has been playing really good for the last 3 weeks or so. So I think this is going to really, really test him. And see what kind of numbers he can come up with and how he's going to handle that Georgia defense. So I think that's going to be a great game to watch as well, too.
Arch has looked better the last couple of weeks. Last 2 games, he's over 300 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, only 1 interception.
Yeah.
But let's see what he can do against an elite defense, against a top 5 nationally ranked team in Georgia.
There's got to be no standing over Georgia like he did Sam Houston for sure. So we'll see what kind of mettle he's got, how he's going to deal with it, and can he dig deep and get the win for Texas. So
and that game between the hedges in Athens. So
that's right.
It's going to be a hostile, very loud crowd. Let's see how Arch handles it, because his other big road test this year started the season against Ohio State in Columbus.
Yes.
That did not end well.
No.
For him or for Ohio State.
No.
For him or for Texas.
Yeah, for Texas. That's right. But he's had a whole season to grow. He's definitely done much better than when he started. But as you said, this is going to be the real first challenge for them as well. So what happens when if Texas loses and they become a 3-loss team? How then is that going to affect their standings? That is.
It's going to depend on how bad they lose.
Yeah.
If they go to Athens and get their brains blown out, they're done. They'll be toast. If they go and lose by 2 points on a last-second field goal,
that's going to be different.
They'll drop out of the rank.
Yeah.
They'll drop out of the rankings, but they'll be in the first 4 out.
Yeah.
They'll be close.
Yeah.
And right there where they can sneak right back in with a little more chaos.
Yeah.
So it's just going to depend on what type of loss if Texas loses. Now, if Texas wins, that would pretty much solidify their spot in the playoff.
Yeah.
And they would be in a position where they could, if they beat Georgia, they could sneak in as a 3-loss team, because they've still got to play Texas A&M.
That's right.
At the end of the season, Thanksgiving weekend, their massive blood feud inside the state of Texas game against the Aggies, and that's a game that's going to mean a lot for Texas A&M, at least for seeding and maybe for getting into the SEC championship game. But if they were saying on the broadcast, if Texas splits the Georgia and A&M games, they could very well get in as an at-large with 3 losses.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they win both of them, they're going to be in, possibly be a top 4 seed.
Ooh.
With 2 wins in those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then lose both of them, obviously they're toast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a wide range of possible results here for Texas.
Yes.
But the safest course of action for Texas.
Yeah.
In the words of Al Davis, the late Al Davis, just win, baby.
Yeah, that's right. They just win. The other team that's got I would say on paper they should win, but Ole Miss versus Florida. Florida has they could be any team on the weekend, so it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Miss goes with that as well too. So,
and Ole Miss is in a position where they cannot afford another loss.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So
and
do or die for them as well.
And by the way, they've got the Egg Bowl coming up in about 3 weeks, or no, 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
So 2.5 weeks from now, they've got the Egg Bowl coming up against Mississippi State, and rivalry games are rivalry games. Anything is possible. Yep.
Yep.
Up to and including players acting like dogs peeing on fire hydrants.
Yeah.
You've got to see that video.
I'm telling
you've got to see that video.
Some of the things that people are saying, you go and watch it and you go, what is going through your head right at that point? It's just like crazy.
Watching it. Now, I was one who was watching it live.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, did I actually just see what I thought I just saw?
Oh, no. It's just
Trust me,
what?
Go Google that, and you are welcome in advance. Because
definitely got to watch that one.
You will slap your forehead. When you see it, I'm telling you, you will slap your forehead. That's the stupidity of what happened.
Yeah. It's like when I watched that shoe throwing. It's just like you're professional, really. College. Let's be serious. And it's like, why are you throwing a shoe? What? Who throws a shoe? It's like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, those two instances, they are on the exact same level of stupidity.
Yeah, I know. Just that brief moment, something happens, and you just lose discipline.
Yeah, I mean, it's called the red mist in soccer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You just lose your mind for a moment.
Yep.
And in soccer, all it takes is a moment of that madness to wind up getting a red card and having to do the walk of shame.
Yep, that's it.
Free kick. It happens in American football as well.
Yep. It's
the heat of the battle.
Very crazy. So we got a great week of football coming up. I can't wait. As I said, we're going to do 2 games here on YouTube. I think it's starting to get down to that business end of the season where we're going to be doing more games because there's just going to be more games that are going to mean much more to the players. So, ranking wise and everything else. So we do have, obviously we've got the bowls coming up in December. We've got the Heisman coming up on the 19th, I believe, of December. Actually, it might be the 18th of it. I think it's 19th for me. So there's a lot more footy to come. Obviously, we'll be back again this week. Remember, if you want to join us in the front bar for our voice chat and obviously watching the games live, you can come and join our Patreon. Let me put that in the chat here. You can come and join at the $10 level. Get to enjoy what's on Patreon, and then you come and enjoy the front bar with us as well too. So you get to come out and hang out with us. We're getting a great little group over there at the moment, which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, the front bar is a whole lot of fun on Saturday. I'm in there talking smack. Josh is always in there. We got Derek.
Yeah.
Blair will jump in. I mean, we've got the we've got the regulars. You know, we're kind of like the cast of Cheers.
That's right.
Sitting at the bar.
That's right.
Come on in and join us. You know, and you know, have some fun with us. Talk a little smack.
That's right.
And watch some football. By the way, Lyle, before we go, I do want to one more thing I want to get into. Today is the 11th of November.
Yeah.
It is our Veterans Day here in the United States. I don't know. You call it what? Remembrance Day?
We did Remembrance Day. Obviously, it was yesterday for me because obviously it's the 12th today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today's the 12th down there. So yesterday was Remembrance Day in Australia.
Yeah.
But you know, here in the United States, it's Veterans Day. And this is a day that we celebrate the men and women who have worn the uniform of our nation.
Yes.
Throughout its history, you know, and to each and every one of you that have worn the uniform, I have one child who has worn the uniform. I have a second who's about to wear the uniform in the United States Navy.
Yeah.
He heads off to basic training. In fact, 2 weeks from today, he heads off to basic training.
Nice.
So to each and every one who has worn the uniforms, thank you for your service. Thank you for being willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to serve your nation and its people. We are grateful for your service. We are very thankful for each and every one of you. And also, along those lines, I've got to mention what Army did Saturday.
Oh, yes.
What they did to poor Temple in the fourth quarter on Saturday. Army is in an absolute rock fight with, of all teams, Temple, okay?
Yeah.
Temple is not very good at football. Army is pretty good.
Yes.
But 14-13, 9:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Army gets the ball after a Temple punt at their own 42-yard line, okay? And I have talked many, many times. I have, when we get to the fourth quarter, you got the lead and the ball. This is the time where you line it up, you pound the rock, and you have a nice, long, soul-sucking drive to kill a game off. And most of the time, teams fail at that.
Yeah.
They wind up getting stopped. They get a little too conservative, wind up having to punt, and that's when disaster can happen, and you get that last-second comeback.
Yeah.
Take some notes from the United States Military Academy and what they did to Temple. 9:53 to go. They got the ball at their own 42, and they never gave the ball back to Temple. In the last 9:53 of the game, they killed it off with the ultimate of soul-sucking, grind you into the dirt drives. 18 plays. They drove it all the way down inside the 5-yard line, and they didn't throw the damn ball one time.
That's crazy.
18 straight runs. I was basically Army lined up and told Temple, we are running the ball here. We dare you to stop us. 18 straight runs. The longest play on the drive was 9 yards. They converted a pair of fourth downs, and then they get down inside the 5. They get a first down. They take a couple of knees, close the game out. But to kill off the last 10 minutes of a football game, that is as impressive a march that might be the most impressive march by the United States Army since Sherman marched to the sea.
Man, that's a long time to have the footy. 9 minutes and 53 seconds. Dang.
Yep, that is just I had to make mention of that, and to mention it on Veterans Day. Just a nice little tie-in.
That's exactly right. And as we said, thank you if you have served, thank you very much for your service as well too. So
yes,
and for all those that gave up their ultimate sacrifice as well. We have a saying. I don't know if you say it so much in America, but we definitely say it here, and in the UK we say "lest we forget." So
lest we forget that's not a common saying here, but being honorary Australian, I'm definitely familiar with that saying.
That's right. So
hearing it a lot from, especially around Anzac Day.
Anzac Day for sure. Yeah. which is in April. So Chris, another great week of football. Some interesting scores, some very close wins, some very lucky escapes for some teams. So this week is shaping up to be no different. It is going to be fantastic. We're going to be live here on YouTube for 2 games, starting at 3:30 Eastern time. So definitely come back and join us for some colourful commentary, and we may even talk about some football at the same time. So Chris, thank you very much. You really are mobile today. Hopefully you are driving okay. It's not too bad for you. We'll see you again on Saturday for some more footy.
Absolutely. I'll be here.
Nice. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching today. We'll be back again next week for some more 50-yard line. In the meantime, make sure you stay safe. And I'll definitely see you back here for the next live stream, guys. We'll see you then.